Charting Toward Intimacy covers mature topics. Listener discretion is advised. This episode is for the women who just feel like you don't want or desire sex during that infertile period. I think a lot of us have felt this before, and I'm talking about, you're using NFP, you're trying to avoid pregnancy, you hit that infertile period, which is now, go time, and you just have no desire for sex. I'm going to give you some practical tips to work through this struggle that many women experience. Let's get into it. Welcome to Charting Toward Intimacy, the sex and intimacy podcast for Catholic women. My name is Ellen Holloway, and I am a Catholic speaker and coach who specializes in sex and marital intimacy. And I am on a mission to help you actually enjoy and desire good, holy sex with your spouse. So today we're talking about that total drop in desire that happens when you enter the infertile period. The first thing that I have to start out with is please pause this episode if you have not already listened to episode 162, which is called Your Hormones Aren't the Reason for Your Low Sexual Desire. If you have not listened to that episode, stop listening right now and go listen to that episode. Because in that episode, you're going to learn that this is actually not normal. Very common, but not normal. Your desire shouldn't drastically dip during the infertile period. In that episode, you're going to learn that you need to focus on getting adequate sleep, which means 8 to 10 hours for women. 8 to 10 hours. That doesn't mean 8 hours in bed. That means 8 hours asleep. Yeah, that's hard to prioritize, but it's possible. If it's important to you, you can make it happen. The other thing that you're going to learn is that you need to make sure that you're getting enough calories and you're getting enough protein. Because if your body is in survival mode, you're not going to desire sex because it is not a survival tactic for women. And then you're also going to learn that you need to manage your stress. All right, so go listen to that episode if you haven't already, or go get a little refresher and listen to it again. It's a super short episode. It's only 17 minutes. So you can do it and listen to it on 2x time speed and you'll be fine. So what I talk about in that episode is do these things for 30 days and then come tell me. If you do those things for 30 days, tell me how your sex life is after 30 days. In the meantime, though, here are some things that can help you if you're experiencing that. And I am not giving you these tools as an excuse to not go do those things, because I'm telling you they are vital, to your health overall. Your sex drive is actually an excellent indicator of your level of overall health. And so if your sex drive is dipping during that infertile period of time, then you know that your body is not in prime health. All right. So anyway, in the meantime, here are some things that can help you. First, and I've talked about this in other episodes as well, but scheduling sex can really help because you can prepare yourself. And here's the thing is, let's say that your husband is just like, I don't want to schedule sex. No, it has to be spontaneous. Well, how about you schedule it for yourself and then spontaneously initiate to him, right? He doesn't know it was planned, but you had it planned all along. And the reason why this can help is that if you can put sex on your mind, you can actually help yourself get aroused. You can think about the things that you enjoy about sex. You can think about the things that you enjoy about your husband. And these things can just help you prime your brain to getting ready for sex, because your brain is actually your most powerful sexual organ. So if your brain is on board, then your body will follow. The other thing that can really help is actually touching yourself. Now, I don't mean masturbation. I have never suggested, nor will I ever suggest masturbation. I mean actually just putting your hands in contact with your skin, like on your arms, on your legs, or on your neck. These can be great spots to just, you yourself touching your body and your skin to help you get comfortable in your own skin. I think a lot of us actually aren't comfortable in our own bodies. And while you're doing that, you can remind yourself that you are loved, that your husband loves you, that you love you, right? That God loves you, that you are safe, that you are desirable, And just that can just be a very good exercise to prepare yourself. It's something you can do a little bit before you know that you're going to have sex. Maybe an hour, a half hour before, while you're doing the dishes, you can, just pause and stroke your arm a little bit and just kind of remind yourself of how much you enjoy sex, how much you enjoy your husband, how much you love yourself, how much you are loved, those kinds of things.
We'll be back with the episode in just a minute.
Since you listen to this podcast, I'm going to assume you are someone who is interested in practical sex information with a solidly Catholic foundation. And I have a brand new guide just for you. It's called the Catholic Sex Positions Guide. It has over 50 positions with appropriate and simple illustrations, how-to, tips, and troubleshooting for every single position. And it includes answers to common questions about sex and intercourse from a solidly Catholic foundation. And there is a bonus foreplay guide included in the Catholic Sex Positions Guide. And this foreplay guide explains the why and the how behind foreplay and female arousal. Grab the PDF guide today at vinesinfullbloom.com/positionsguide or click the link in the show notes. All right, the second thing is wear something that you love. We love mentionables. Kathleen and I talk about mentionables all the time. You're probably maybe even sick of hearing about mentionables, but we love their lingerie. We love the fact that they are a model-free shopping experience. But if you don't love lingerie, then don't wear lingerie. Wear something that you like, that makes you feel comfortable. Maybe buy yourself just some new underwear that's just comfy or cute. Buy yourself a nightgown that you like or a robe, something that you enjoy. Maybe a fun pair of sandals or pumps. Maybe that would make you feel happy and excited. A fun dress, something that just you enjoy. Because if you can put yourself in a good mood, and if you can put yourself in a space where you are loving your body, then that's going to help you open up into letting someone else love you and your body. So if you can wear something that you think you look good in, that you enjoy. This is something that I personally am struggling with a lot right now because I do enjoy lingerie, but I do not enjoy the way that my body looks in lingerie right now. I am 2 months postpartum. I'm having a real hard time loving my body right now. And I've just recognized that wearing the lingerie that I used to love, several months ago, a year ago, whatever, is just not an option for me right now because it makes me feel worse about myself. So recognize these kinds of things. What are you wearing? What feels good? What makes you feel good about yourself? All right. The third thing is I want you to recognize that sex is a gift that you actually want to give your husband. You are not being forced to have sex. You should never be forced to have sex. Even if you don't physically want to have sex right now, you can still want to give this wonderful gift of yourself to your husband. And you can still enjoy the fact that this is a gift that you want to give. So I want you to think about a time when you gave a gift to somebody that you thought was kind of totally lame, but that person just loved. Just straight up loved. I'll give an example from my side. And this is going to sound so weird, but one time I was gifted a Costco size package of toilet paper. And I loved the gift. And now you're probably thinking, what is wrong with you, Ellen? Let me give you some backstory. So my junior year of college, I was in kind of a difficult housing situation. My roommates, I don't know, there was a lot of drama that went on with these 3 other girls that I lived with. And one of those pieces of drama was who was buying the toilet paper and how much toilet paper different people were using, and just all this toilet paper drama. And it was ridiculous. And I complained to my mother several times about how much drama there was over this toilet paper and who was buying toilet paper and how we were divvying up exactly these percentages of the toilet paper package to, it was ridiculous. And so my mom for Christmas that year gifted me a Costco size package of toilet paper and said, here, just put this in your apartment. And so there's no toilet paper drama. And I loved this gift. And my mom was like, this is the lamest gift ever. I don't want toilet paper, right? This is what my mom is thinking. But I loved the gift. So you can think about just the fact that like, even if it's not something that you want right now, it can be a beautiful, wonderful gift to give your spouse that your spouse, your husband is going to love. And again, you're not being forced to have sex. And the fourth thing is I want you to tell yourself that you want to enjoy your sex life. Because, I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, I assume that you want to enjoy your sex life. Your brain is so powerful. When we shut ourselves down with thoughts like, oh, I just never want sex in my infertile period, or oh, my sex life just sucks, or I don't like this, I don't like that. It'll never get better. When we shut ourselves down, then that thought becomes truth. Then we actually don't like our sex life. And we actually don't experience pleasure. And we actually don't enjoy anything. But the thing is, you're listening to this podcast, so I'm pretty sure you want to enjoy your sex life. So remind yourself of that. Remind yourself that you want to enjoy your sex life. And so even during times when you're entering into sex, when you're kind of like, I don't really feel like it right now. I don't really want this right now. Recognize that you can enter into it going, you know what? I'm growing. I'm learning. I want to enjoy my sex life. And so I'm going to enter into this opportunity to learn about myself, learn about my body, learn about my sex life, learn about my husband. And I'm going to try my hardest to enjoy it. I am going to enjoy it. And I'm going to get to a point where I enjoy my sex life. That is all I have for you on this topic. Feel free to reach out to me if you've got another tip or trick that kind of works well for you in this situation, because I know that there are a lot of women who struggle with this. But again, if you didn't heed my guidance and you didn't pause the episode at the beginning and go listen to episode 162, I want you to go do that right now, because this episode is over. And so you can go listen to that right now. Thanks so much for listening. If you are not already following us on Instagram, be sure to check us out at Charting Toward Intimacy. And if you listen to podcasts on a platform that gives you the option to rate or review, we'd love for you to do that because it helps us spread the word about the podcast. If you ever have questions, comments, or episode topic ideas, please reach out to us. We love to hear from you. You can reach out on Instagram or send us an email. Our email is in the show notes. Until next time.